The University of Rochester Medical Center and Rochester Regional Health have started a new clinical trial to evaluate the safety and efficacy of a third dose of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. It's currently approved for just 2 doses, but we're told this is important now as new strains of the COVID virus come to light, the kinds of strains we talked about at the top of this newscast. Christian Garzone is live now at Strong Hospital with more. So Christian, yet another study being done locally. This is pretty important.
It is, Maureen. They're saying it's important because this is a critical step in all of this, in developing long-term strategies against new variants of the virus. The new efforts will involve people who were here for the phase 1 trials in spring, and all of whom have been vaccinated for over 6 months. Over the next few weeks, researchers will work with around 140 volunteers with a booster dose of the vaccine. Rochester is one of 4 sites in the U.S. involved in this study. It will seek to answer how well a third dose of the vaccine is tolerated.
So this is an extension, essentially, of the phase 1 study that we began last spring.
Dr. Edward Walsh, an infectious disease physician and professor of medicine at the University of Rochester, says the trial will measure that boost to the immune system. It will also gauge whether antibodies and other immune cells are given protection against COVID variants already spreading.
It is adapting to the human population. So it is adapting to an efficient way to replicate and an efficient way to spread and to most efficiently get around.
But he also says we are adapting.
We learn how to produce immune responses to this virus. And so the virus then has to adapt to avoiding our immune responses.
Walsh says the duration of protection provided by the vaccine is unknown. It is expected immunity wanes over time, which is common in vaccines. Walsh says expect at least a couple of years of research as COVID mutates and we learn how to fight it.
These mutants are important, and monitoring them is critically important.
And Walsh says Rochester is a perfect place to study COVID, given its medical reputation around the nation, also its long history in studying respiratory viruses. From Strong, Christian Garzone, News 8, Adam, Marine, back to you.